Hi everyone, it's Miss Morgan and welcome to my first yoga class that I am doing. I'm excited to see y'all here. Thank you for joining. So before we begin, just a few things. Number one, I am not smart enough to figure out how to put music on in the background, and so hopefully next week I will have music with this video. If not, just go ahead and put some music on in the background if you want to, or if you don't want any music, totally fine too. So some things that you just need some space. As you can see, I'm in a garage gym right now. I'm sitting on a mat. If you don't have a mat, don't worry about it. You can go on grass, you can go on carpet, somewhere soft. You can even get a towel. That's what I do sometimes. And other than that, you don't need any equipment. We are going to start slow. I'm going to teach a lot of basics to you, and every week we'll kind of build on that and become a little more challenging. I'm going to post a video every Monday. And yeah, so I'm going to explain all this good stuff to you. Follow along. I know that this can be hard and challenging. We're in a challenging time right now. So this is an effort to create some positivity in our lives and to come together with some intentional movement. And yeah, just trying to bring some positivity. So let's get started. We're going to begin sitting on the ground. And you can be in crisscross applesauce. And so what I want you to do is I want you to be conscientious of your back. If you see my back is straight, I want you to make sure that your back is straight as well. I'm going to move back forward towards you. And so we're simply going to begin by doing some neck rolls. We are staring at our screens a lot right now, and this is a really good way for us to kind of get started. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath in. And on our exhale, we're going to take our right hand on our left ear and bring it to our shoulder. We're going to take 3 or 4 breaths here. On your inhale, and on your exhale, trying to deepen that stretch. 3 more breaths. And on your next inhale, you're going to bring up to the center and go to the other side. Again, taking deep breaths. On your exhale, we're going to try and get a little bit deeper of a stretch. You should feel a nice stretch right here. And we're not putting our head on our shoulder. We're simply bringing it to the direction of our shoulder. Taking 2 more deep breaths. And on your inhale, bring it back to center. Okay, from here, we're simply going to start doing some neck rolls. I want you to be slow and intentional. When you get to a spot where you feel a nice stretch, maybe slow it down there. For instance, I really feel a stretch right here, so I'm going to slow here for a second and really feel that stretch. Doing what feels good for me. Now I'm going to pause. I'm going to go the next direction, the opposite of what you were just doing. Really taking time to enjoy this movement. Okay, we're going to do 1 more round. And pause when we get back to center. Good job. That should have felt pretty good. Okay, so now we're going to take a deep breath in, lift our left arm up, put our right arm on the ground, and do a nice bend. So when we're doing this bend, we don't want our shoulder all the way up to our ear. We want to have it nice and relaxed. And on our inhale, we're going to stretch up, and then we're going to exhale and deepen that stretch. So try to think about that while you're doing your breath. Inhale up a little, exhale down. 1 more breath. On your inhale, come back up, exhale, down. Great, we're going to do it to the other side. Bring your right arm up, left hand on the ground, exhale, side bend. Again, our shoulder isn't up to our ears. We're doing a nice deep stretch, taking a deep breath in and going a little deeper into that stretch. Let's do 2 more. And on your next inhale, bring it back up. Okay, so now we're in our crisscross applesauce. You can stay here or take your right leg and put your right foot on your right knee and your right knee on top of your left foot. So here we're going to take a big inhale in and then exhale, come all the way down. It's okay if you can't go as far as I can, if you're right here or you're right here. Just try to keep that breath going. Inhaling up and exhaling deeper into that stretch. So let's take 3 deep breaths here. All right, on your next inhale, bring it up. And now we're going to switch. So your left foot's on top, left foot on the left knee, left foot on the right knee, left knee on the right leg. Sorry guys. Okay, take a deep breath in. And going back down, the exact same thing. Again, being okay with where you're at. Take a deep breath in. And try to exhale and extend that stretch. 3 deep breaths here. All right, and when you're ready, you're gonna come slowly back up. All right, good job. That was a little bit of a slow start, but we're gonna start doing some moving now. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna move to our child's pose, and then we're gonna come to a standing position, and I'm gonna teach you a vinyasa, and we will end with some breathing. So let's go ahead and get onto tabletop position. You want your knees directly below your shoulders, and you want your knees directly below your hips. So what you're gonna do, breathing is important here. You're gonna inhale, your chest up, and exhale. Pretend your belly button is touching your spine. Inhale, exhale. This is great for the spine. You can keep at my breath or at your own breath. And exhale. Okay, we're gonna stay here for a few more breaths. Really enjoying the movement this is giving our spine. Okay, we can move our hips to the side if we want. So our right hip goes to the right and our head looks to the left, and the opposite. Head looks to the right, hip goes to the left. Let's take about 3 more breaths. Okay, when you're ready, we're gonna go back to this tabletop position that we were in. And we're gonna come to our knees. Okay, might getting a little bit of a stretch right here in our legs. Taking a few deep breaths. Keeping a straight back. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little bit of a challenge. Don't worry if it's hard. We're gonna do a toe stand. So we're gonna put our hands down on the ground in front of us. We're gonna put our toes together, our feet together, our knees together, and try and go into prayer position. As you can see, I'm on my toes. If this is easy, try to make your toes go up higher. If not, stay down here. It's okay, it's balance. Okay, we're gonna take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're gonna stand up. Good job. Shake it out. Okay, so So now I'm going to teach you a vinyasa, and this is kind of the heart of a lot of yoga practices. I started on the ground because I think that it's nice to kind of warm up our necks and our arms before we really get to moving. So we're going to go through this flow like 3 or 4 times. It may seem repetitive, but it will make more sense in the coming weeks when we continue to do this. Okay, so I want you to stand at the top of your mat. Your feet are going to be hip width apart and facing directly in front of you, okay? So you notice I have a straight back, and I'm simply going to go through the steps, and you are going to follow along as you can. And again, we're going to do it 3 or 4 times, so you'll be able to catch up with us eventually. All right, so we're going to dip our knees a tiny bit and do a big inhale. And we're going to exhale our bodies all the way down to the ground. And from here, you're going to inhale to a flat back. If you see my hands are right here or up here, whatever's easier for you to have that flat back. You're going to exhale your hands to the ground. You're going to step back into a plank position. So from here, you can either stay in plank or you can go to your knees. Either way is just fine. So if we are up in plank, we're going to bring and lower our bodies to the ground and bring our chest up for upward dog. And then we're going to exhale into downward dog. So when we're in downward dog, if you see, I'm trying to straighten my back as much as possible. So my shoulders are my armpits are reaching towards the ground so that my back can be as straight as possible. So we're going to take a deep breath in here and lift our right leg. We're going to bring it to the top, step our next foot up, stay in that folded position, and slowly but surely, we're going to go up, bring our arms up, do a little of a back bend if you want, and exhale down into prayer position. Okay, so that is the vinyasa flow. We're going to go through that a few more times, and I'm just going to verbalize it as I go, and then you stick along. Okay, so remember, feet are hip width apart, they're facing forward. We're going to dip our knees a little bit and do a big inhale in, exhale to the ground, inhale to your flat back, exhale, hands to the ground, step back to your plank, get on your knees if you want, bring your chest to the ground, inhale your chest up towards the sky, and exhale down to that downward dog. So if you see I'm kind of bicycling my legs, you're welcome to do that if you like. Help get some stretch, flexibility, mobility going. All right, so now what you're going to do, inhale your left leg up. We're going to bring it all the way to the front. We're going to bring our right foot up, keeping bowed down, and then slowly bringing it up. Bringing our arms up, a little of a back bend if we want, and back to prayer. Awesome, 2 more times. Breathing in, down to the ground. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, hands down to plank. Down to your chest. Inhale your chest up, and exhale down to that downward dog. Good job, guys. We're going to get a break in just a second. All right, inhale your right leg up. Exhale it to the front. Step your next foot up, stay bent down, and then slowly but surely bring it up. Back bend if you want. Exhale down to that prayer. 1 more time, you got this. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale to your plank. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale to your downward dog. Okay, from here, we've been doing a step up. If you want, you can bend your knees a little bit, look to the top of the mat, do a little hop or a step, stay down, all the way up, and down to prayer pose. Good job, guys. That was awesome. So, we're going to end with 1 more pose, and then we're going to get on the ground and we're going to the final pose, which I know is a lot of your favorites. So this is called mountain pose, and I find it a very powerful pose. What you're gonna do is you're gonna stand hip width apart, feet directly in front of you, okay? And our hands are either by our side with our fingers touching our thumb. We can be in prayer position, whichever feels better for you. And you are standing strong. You're imagining your head is being pulled to the ceiling and your feet are grounded on the ground. You're gonna take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, we're gonna try and go back down into that toe pose. So our toes are together or parallel to each other. We are sitting like that. And when we get here, when you're ready, let it go. Woo! Good job. Okay, so I lied to you. I said we were doing one more pose, which is mountain pose. But we're gonna do one more and then our final resting pose. So I simply want you to lay on your back. I want you to inhale and bring your right leg to your chest. And what I want you to do is I want you to imagine you're trying to get your knee into your right armpit. So you're not pulling directly up on you. You're kind of moving to the right a little bit with your knee, and then you can kind of feel that it's locking into your hip and getting a little more of a stretch. So let's take a deep breath in. Exhale that leg down. Inhale the left leg up. And once again, you're kind of trying to find that socket in your hip, kind of like your knees going down into your armpit. It's gonna get a nicer stretch there. Deep breath in. Now exhale that leg down. So now we're gonna go into our resting pose. I want you to completely relax here. Let your body melt to the earth. And want you to try to focus on your breath. We're going to breathe 15 times. I'm gonna count. You don't, but I encourage you to try to think of your breath. And if your mind goes to other places, gently bring it back. Okay, so we're gonna be in silence for 15 breaths. I want you to begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers, bringing you back to where we are right now. And when we're ready, you're going to lay on your side with your hands under your head, almost like you're a baby. And then you're going to take your hand and lift yourself up into crisscross applesauce. Okay, from here, we either end with our pointer finger and our thumbs together on our knees in the prayer position, or we can even put our two thumbs in the middle of our eyes, our third eye. And I will say, the light that shines within me shines within you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. This again was an intro into yoga, and we'll be doing more and more stuff every week. I hope you enjoyed it. And so I have a challenge for you. I know you probably can't tell, but if you know me, you've probably seen me wear these pants. And I was thinking about it. I have owned these pants for over 7 years, and there's about 7 holes in them. So I personally could really use a new pair of yoga pants. So what I challenge you to do is I want you to take a picture of where you're doing yoga, and then write in the comments, what is it that you could use to help your experience with yoga? So thank you for joining, guys. Again, I'm Miss Morgan. If y'all like something, let me know. If you dislike something, let me know. And yeah, I'm excited to see you, and I hope you're staying healthy and happy.